Rachel here, back with another video, and today I am deciding to do a video not on like showing recent art, obviously, since I just did one yesterday. I'm going to decide to do one on like tips on copic markers. Yay! You know, there's different things like where I got different tips and tricks you can use for like beginners, even if you're an expert, you know, like some little tips and stuff. Oh, sorry, I have a text message. Who is texting me? Ew. It's my boyfriend. See? Oh, you can't see it. He sent me a smiley face. Sorry. Just throw that over there. Can't be texting while taking videos. Anyway, so, oh, happy Easter, by the way, everybody. You know, get your candy and stuff. I got 40 bucks, and I bought this new shirt, and I got these shoes. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I like them. Sexy shoes. Yes. Anyway, so back to the whole copics here. I didn't bring all of them over. Oh no, they're falling everywhere. I need to be more organized with my stuff. I got a couple right here. This is obviously not all of them. The rest of them are over there on my little couch thingy. Right there. And then the rest are downstairs scattered all over the kitchen table because that's where I draw. First things first, where you can get them. There's actually a store back in Indiana where I used to go and get them called Blick, but unfortunately they have only like I think 5 or 10 stores only over like the whole US. So one of them is thankfully in Indiana. There's none here in Kentucky because my dad lives in Indiana, so my mom lives here, so I have 2 houses technically. So all the other videos with all the drawings on the wall, that was my dad's house. This is my mommy's house. This is where I live pretty much. So I get mine there, but I used to get mine off the internet, like on eBay and stuff. You can get them there, and they're a lot cheaper on eBay because like when I get them at Blick, they're like $6 each, $5. Like they're expensive. I actually think that Michael's now sells them, like this art store called Michael's. I'm pretty sure they sell them because my friend goes there a lot because she does painting, and she said that she saw them there. So I'm probably gonna go there now. Hobby Lobby also sells them, and there's actually a copic marker website you can go to. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the exact website is, but I'm pretty sure it's just like copics.com or something. You can go there, you can like order like packages and stuff. You can get a lot of things. You can get like ink cartridges, which is what I need to do because I'm running out. So that's where you get them, and yeah, that covers that. Tricks, what the hell? Anyway, tricks and tips on using copics. When you're beginning, when you're first getting them, you want to get your basic colors first. Like you want to get like just like not like in-depth colors like tons of blues first, like these right here. You want to just get your basic colors like primary reds, your primary colors pretty much. You want to get your skin tones first, especially if you like color people and stuff. And then from there, you just kind of build, you kind of branch out. Like once you get you want to get at least two of your primary colors, like 2 blues, 2 reds. You can get like 2 purples, 2 pinks. So like one lighter than the other, so you'll have like a little bit of depth there. So when you have a lighter pink, you can go with the darker pink and add shading and stuff. And then from there you can branch out and get like a whole range of different colors. Like there's just so many colors. Like this one, although you can't see very well, but it's kind of like a blueberry color. It's really pretty compared to this one. Like these are 2 different kinds of blues. Like there are just so many colors you can get. But that's a tip there. When you first start to color, I know that I used to do this, that I would color really slowly. You don't want to do that, especially with copics. They dry super fast, and what happens is that if you color, I'll show you, if you color really slowly, which is what I'm going to do here, just have a blank piece of scrap paper I found. If you just color really slowly and really steadily, that's what I'm doing. Then what happens is that it dries so quick, it'll generate streak marks, and you don't want that because then it shows uneven. See those streak marks right there? you don't want that. That's bad. But if you color quickly, which is what I'm doing, quickly coloring, then you don't get those streak marks. Of course, well, this is really bad paper anyway, so yeah, that's another thing is paper. You want to get, if you get bad paper like this, just copy paper, then you get those like white blotches on there, and you don't want that. Paper I would suggest using, and I don't even know what just fell there, something fell, is I actually have a copic pad. It's like specifically made for copic markers. Yes, I drew all over the front. Oh, and this is my Japanese right here, practicing my Japanese writings and stuff. I'll probably say something in Japanese here at the very end of the video just to freak you guys out. But this paper is really good for coloring copics. What it does is that most ordinary paper, like printer paper, your basic kind of paper, what it does with the markers is that it kind of almost fades the color. And like what it does here, it streaks very easily, it leaves those white blotches, and you really don't want that because it just ruins your picture. What this paper does is that it's really good is that it's bleed proof so that your colors will not bleed, because this paper, see how it bleeds in the back? And that's not good because then it'll bleed onto your next page and you don't want that. So this is bleed proof, and it doesn't leave those white splotches, and it still does streak, but you just have to get the hang of coloring fast. I can't stress that enough. And then it actually brings out the color more. It makes it more vibrant. Like that blue right there, that blue right there, it made it really vibrant and really pretty, and I've actually never seen it that way before. So I was really surprised when I got it. I was like, oh, this is really good. So I use that paper. I think that's really good. That's like top paper right there. Another really big tip is that when you're coloring, you always want to color in the same direction. Like if you're coloring I don't even know. Is this horizontally or is this? No, this is vertically. Okay, there we go. If you're coloring this way and then all of a sudden you switch that way, it won't work because then it will leave those streak marks and you don't want that. So whenever you're coloring, always color in the same direction. So you want to do that, and try to color in like let's say you're coloring like hair, then you want to color in the same direction. So like if it's straight hair, you want to color down. If it's like curly hair, you can like color, if it's curly hair in different textures, and you can color, I guess, in different ways, but you want to keep it like, I don't even know how to explain it, like you want to keep it all in the general same direction, you know what I mean? Just so, or else it looks all crazy and messy and looks really frizzy and stuff. You don't want that. Another thing is that you really want to know, like, this doesn't really have to do with it, but when you are coloring and when you're picking your colors, you want to know like your color palette. You want to know like complementary colors, contrasting colors, like blue and red. They're complementary colors. They go well with anything just because they're complementary. And a way you can find that is that you can just Google like a color palette, and then you can Google like complementary colors, and it'll give you all the stuff, and usually those work with each other. And then like also if you mix like all warm colors, and those generally look pretty good, and all cool colors, those generally look pretty good. So, but pretty much all this leads to is just practice. Like I can give you some tips and stuff, but that's really all you gotta do. So another good thing is that I do this a lot. Like when I color, I want to go really steadily, and like I'll go fast, but I'll go like steadily, try to follow the lines. You don't want to do that because what happens is that I notice that your hand gets really shaky and makes the line like really kind of messy, and then you can color outside of your inking line, and you don't want that. So I would generally just follow your wrist, just like a little flick motion like that, not like all, or else then if you notice, like if you just try it, then you'll see your hand shaking, and you don't want that unless you're like a pro at it, then your hand won't shake, but I'm not, and my hand still shakes. So that's something. Oh, I had another thing. Oh yeah, when you're inking, this is a big tip, and I still have a problem with it. You like my muscles. Anyway, so these are just Copic inkers, ink liners, multi-liners right here. It doesn't really matter which kind you use as long as they're meant for like coloring and stuff, and that's fine. But a tip is that when you ink, you always want to let it dry before you go over with marker, because what'll happen is that if you don't let it dry and you go over with marker, your ink is going to smear. And this has happened to me so many times, and I have not learned from it, and it still smears, and it's really bad, and it gets on my nerves, because, like, it mainly happens on the eye, because, like, I'll make the eyes, like, really, like, I'll, like, coat it with black ink to make it look really dark and stuff, and pretty, and then I'll go over it, and I'll be like, okay, it's dry, and I'll go over with marker, all of a sudden this giant smear line will, like, come down her eyes, make it look like, if you have mascara on, you start crying, like, you get those smear lines, it looks like that, and it's really bad, and I'm like, no. It's like, oh, why didn't I just let it dry? And another thing is that even if you do let it dry, like I know, what I do is that when I ink my markers, I just don't want it to have line art. Like you don't want it to all be like the same size. Like you want to add some like in depth in your picture. Like when you this is not a good ink pen to do it. This is a really big ink pen, so I'll do it with like, I'll show you guys what I mean. Like when you're inking, I'm just gonna do a really random picture here. This is okay, this is really bad, but it's just to show you guys what I'm talking about. But see how there's different like thickness of the lines? It just shows like in depth and stuff. But what I usually do to do that when I go with my ink pens, so I'll draw it once and I'll go over it and make the line look thicker and stuff. But you don't want to, if you do that, do it after you're done coloring, or else then it'll have a more chance of smearing it when you do color it. So do it after you color, and it'll just make everything better. So because I still have a problem with that, and I don't know why I haven't learned from it, so I haven't. So yeah, those are some tips there. Just in case if you're wondering, just some basics about the copics. They generally all either look like this, or I don't want that one, please, or this. They are all different. See, this is the copic sketch, and it looks like this. And they all have the same other side, which is just a broader side. That's just for coloring like larger areas. The copic, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Kyo. I'm not good at pronouncing things. But it's generally the same tip. I don't know why they're different from this one. I guess it's the style or something. Same broad tip with that. And then the copic original, I don't really use these a lot unless I'm coloring a small area, because the main tip look is really small like this, and it's not very good for coloring large areas. Like I like using sketch more because it gives you more of a free flow to it, especially when coloring like clothes and stuff. I can do a larger area quicker. So I usually only use these for like eyes and small details on like dresses, like in case you're drawing flowers, I'll use this. But I mainly use these. These are my main two real markers. So another tip is that, well, not a tip, but just some more info. They do have like, they're alcohol based, so they have alcohol in them. And what I noticed is that I get really lightheaded when I'm around them a lot, so I'll have to like put on a shirt. I'll like have like a shirt around my face, so I won't breathe in the fumes and stuff, because I get really lightheaded and it's not very fun. So yeah, I think I covered everything. In case if I didn't, if you have any more questions, just put them on the comments below. Click the little subscribe button, the little like, over here, like button, stuff like that. See, I don't even know how this webcam works. Like, I think I'm pointing over there, but I'm really pointing over here, and I start freaking out. So I think I covered everything. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any more questions, then just put it on the comment, or you can inbox me. And happy drawing, and I will see you guys later. Bye.